Welcome to this month's NEFA Member Spotlight. I'm joined today by Stephanie Hall, Executive Vice President of Small Ticket for Bank Financial. Thank you for joining me, Steph.
Thanks for having me, Jesse.
Well, I guess that was very informal for me. Stephanie, I'm sorry. It's the whole NEFA thing. I just feel like I can just, call you by, shorten your name a little bit.
You can.
So I want to say our paths probably crossed, I don't know, 2006, 2005 at a NEFA conference. I want to say it's probably how we first met one another.
We were younger and had less gray hair, for sure.
Yeah, well, as you can see by my pyramid here, I figured maybe if I grow something else out, it'd be dark like my eyebrows. No, not so much. But anyhow, it's not the point of this conversation. But so when you joined Bank Financial a few years back, you guys were not NEFA members. Why did you want to sign right up for the association again?
So I kind of grew up in NEFA. I started in the industry in 2006 and shortly after was introduced to NEFA. I remember being at my first conference and I only knew one person. It was Mike Kuhn, who introduced me to Marcy Slagle and Linda Tiers and said, "You ladies need to mentor Stephanie." And they just kind of scooped me up and introduced me to everyone they knew. And it literally changed my career. I mean, the months following that first event, my volume increased by 50% just because of the contacts that I was able to make through the association. And I've gotten some of my best friends in life out of it. I mean, I met May Philpott, who is my best friend. I met her through NEFA. Marcy and Linda. I mean, Amy McChurch, all of these people we do life things together, go to children's weddings, funerals, we love each other. And it's because of the association that we know each other.
No, thank you for that. Was that 2006 conference? Was that Atlanta by chance? Was that your first one?
No, I actually didn't. I think my first full conference wasn't until San Diego. But my actual very first NEFA event was a Crab Fest in Baltimore, and Sherry Lipsky was so wonderful to me. I think we were the only two women at the event, and she was just great.
Well, that's quite an event to make your first impression, where they give you over a mallet and they're just like, by the way, this is how you take this thing apart. And
right.
Like, what about
I mean, just elbows deep and crab guts is how you meet people for the first time. It's great.
Fantastic. Do you mind just kind of talking about Bank Financial, if you don't mind?
I don't mind at all. So Bank Financial is a publicly traded bank in the Chicago area. They have been in the equipment finance space for more than 20 years, but played mostly in corporate transactions and lessor lines of credit. So 2 years ago, Marcy and I came on board to build out middle market and small ticket segments. So now we do everything from $5,000 transactions to $10 million transactions, and really have a full suite of products to offer, including bridge and warehouse lines. We do some government finance. We kind of do it all.
And then I'm assuming that Charlotte was probably the first conference that you guys were at, besides Crab Feast. How was that?
Yeah, it was our first full conference. We were fortunate that the month before COVID started, we did make it to one of the monitor events in California as a team, but our first full conference was Charlotte, and we rolled in deep. We had a lot of people there in attendance, but it was really productive for us and it was exciting.
Perfect. And then we have the spring conference coming up in Newport Beach. I want to say, I think we have almost 250 people signed up, which is fantastic. So
yeah, with over a month to go, I will be surprised if we don't exceed 300.
No, I agree. So what advice would you have, Stephanie, to, I guess, a company on the fence about joining NEFA? I'll ask that question first.
Well, do it, obviously. But I think that you can't really appreciate the value that it adds until you attend an event. So I would say go to a conference, go to one of the regional networking events. I think the one thing that is so specifically charming about our association is our sense of community and how much we love each other and find ways to work with each other. Because, you know, when your work life is better, your real life is better. And this association gives that to us.
Oh, you hit the nail on the head there. And then as far as, how do you make the most of your membership?
Oh goodness, go to everything that you can. I mean, really, you get discounted prices for being a member versus a non-member, but there's so much peer education with NEFA. I have found in other associations that people kind of hold their cards close to the vest, whereas here we really value each other and our experiences, and everyone is so secure that they're willing to show you the secret sauce and not worry that you're going to cannibalize their business. I mean, they're so willing to share how they did it, and I think it's remarkable.
No, I can echo that. That's for sure. So if you sit around a room and it's like, well, aren't you guys competing on some similar stuff? And that's
We're
what is it?
Yeah.
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 There you go. And I think the only thing else that probably we should talk about is just like what you put into the association is kind of what you get out of it.
For sure. If you go to an event and you're not going to the receptions or trying to, so much business is done at the bar. I know maybe that's not the best way to sell it, but really it's because you want to work with people you like, and this is where you get to know them. But I say really attend all the things. If there's an add-on event when you register, go to the add-on event. It will make a difference in your conference experience.
No, I agree. And if people watching this, if you're going to be at any of the upcoming events and you see Stephanie or myself, come over, introduce yourself, and if you want to meet somebody, ask us. Chances are we probably know everyone, I would say, combined. Well, you definitely know everyone. So
I always say that you know everyone.
There you go. So we have it covered.
Yeah. Yes, but please do. Happy to make introductions.
Well, I appreciate your time today and look forward to seeing you here in Newport Beach.
Likewise. Can't wait. Thanks,
Thank you.
Jesse.